What's going on, everybody? Today on Bones and Brews, we're going to show you guys how to make some stuffed mini peppers on your smoker that'll go great with a glass of wine. Let's get started. All right, so today we are going to use a couple bags of these little mini sweet peppers that I grabbed at the grocery store. I'm sure you guys can find them where you live as well. We always do those hotter, like habaneros, jalapenos on the smoker, but today we're going to go something sweet, great appetizers that we can serve with our friends over a glass of wine by the fire pit. So we're going to do this two different ways. I'm going to stuff them in two different formats. Definitely a little more of a kind of Italian inspired cheeses, but one of them is going to have some meat. The other one will not have any meat in it. So depending on that type of guest you're having at your house as well. So for one of the formats today, we are actually going to use some Italian sausage. So I got some fresh ground sausage from a market that does it more of Italian style. I'm going to get that cooked up real quick over here on the Blackstone. So it's already pre-cooked. And then we'll come back and start putting some of those ingredients together. Okay, so sausage is ready to go. I had about a pound of that sausage. I just cooked it all. I'm gonna use half of it for a little recipe later on. I'm about half of it that I cooked in this bowl here. So we're gonna show you how to make the first set of peppers. All right, so this one is gonna be a little bit of an Italian and Greek flair kind of blended together. So that sausage in there, I can smell even the fennel that was in that sausage, which smells amazing. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a block of cream cheese I've had sitting out for a little bit so it's a little more softened. We'll take that cream cheese, place it in the bowl here. There we go. Go ahead. Get that off of that packaging for ourselves. And then I'm also going to add in a little bit of crumbled feta cheese. And I'm going to save my grated Parmesan. We're going to sprinkle that over the top of those layers. So I'm going to leave this sitting here for a moment and I'll start mixing it up. But I'm going to show you how to get the other cheese together at the same time. So that way you can just kind of work through the process. So the second one, this is going to be one with no meat. So without that sausage, a little bit of different flavor. So we're going to go with a garlic and herb goat cheese that we're going to place here in the bowl. Get that goat cheese opened up here for ourselves. And this is like about maybe an 8-ounce piece here. 8 to 10 ounces here, it looks like. So I'm going to probably use most of it, and I'll tell you why in just a moment as well. So we'll go ahead and get that goat cheese into our packaging pulled off of there. There we go. And I'm actually purposely smashing it out of the packaging right now because I'm going to be blending it together anyway, so I don't want it to be stained and conformed like it was to begin with. I'm not serving it on the platter later. It's something pretty to look at. All right, so we got that goat cheese out of there. All right, so now after we got goat cheese, we are going to add a little bit of other cheeses as well. So for this one, let's get myself like in a 6 Italian blend, kind of a shredded cheese mix here that I am going to throw in there for this one. So I'm going to take a moment. I'm going to blend these together, and then I'll show you how we're going to stuff them, how we're going to top them off, and then what we're going to do to get them on the smoker. Okay, so got everything blended together here for both of our two different cheese mixes. Went ahead and took a bag of those mini sweet peppers, got them sliced open, sliced them in half. Try my best to keep the stems on them. A little hard to do with that smaller stem because I just more think about the presentation for that as well. So that's why I was trying to do that. Clean them out as best I can, to be honest. These are not like habaneros, so there's not really a lot of seeds, a lot of like those brine or grind, or whatever you would call it, inside of them as well. So they're super easy to clean out. Half the time when you cut open, there's nothing inside you have to take out. So super nice, much better than cleaning out habaneros, jalapenos. Don't have to worry about that heat on your fingers as well. So let me show you what we're doing. So we will take these peppers, and for the style with the sausage, the feta, the cream cheese, once we get it in there and one of those peppers, we are going to then set them, and we will end up sprinkling some of that Parmesan cheese on those. For our goat cheese here, in those other blended cheeses. Now, what's nice with these mini peppers too is because even though they're small, you can kind of open them up with that spoon as you start to fill them at the same time. So as you see there. So, and these sweet peppers are different sizes. So there's kind of the two different mixes. The one with the sausage, the one without, and has more of that goat cheese mix. So once they're in my pan here, I'm gonna take my pan, I'm going to spray it down with a little olive oil spray because I'm going to actually set these in the bottom of the pan on purpose. I'm not putting these directly on the smoker or even on the rack. The reason I'm doing that, because they're so small, if some of those cheeses start to bubble out, I want to actually be able to, when I pull that pan out, to people to enjoy the whole experience. So if they have to pull that cheese that's off the side, maybe it's crusted around it, enjoy the entire experience. So once we do that, we'll start to place in the pan. Since I've got someone with that sausage, I'll put those on one side of my pan. I'm going to face the other ones on the other side of the pan, facing the other direction, so I kind of, for myself, know what's going on as well. So I'm going to, as I'm doing this, as going through this process, the way I'll top them off, once again, I'll take that Parmesan cheese, sprinkle just a little bit on that top of that one that had that sausage mixture. And then for the one that had just the goat cheese, because that goat cheese has a lot of herbs and stuff in it anyway, I'm not really hitting it with any more seasoning. I'm just going to hit it with just a little fresh ground pepper. I will do that with that one as well, so they both get that experience. Once they are all on there, you are going to want to drizzle the entire pan with some extra virgin olive oil. I'm going to go a little over the top of it because I'm going to use some of that black truffle oil from Truff. So I'll go super light on that because it doesn't take much of that, because that stuff is overpowering. So if you're going to use something like that, be very careful as well. So I'm going to finish getting these ready. I'll come back, show you what that full pan looks like. Then we're going to get them on the smoker. Once on that smoker, I was already using the smoker for something else. It's only sitting about 250 degrees, and that's okay. At that temperature, probably about 30 minutes is all it's going to take. I'm really just waiting for those peppers, that cheese, to start to bubble inside. Let me finish these off. Okay, so I was able to fill the pan there with those jalapenos. I got them facing once again in different directions since I'm having that mixture. You could do it, make one pan of one of the other, whatever you want to do, or just do one style. It's really up to you, but I'm just showing you kind of two different ways to do this today. So we're going to take a little bit of that truffle oil, and we're going to put my finger over here because I just want to lightly drizzle some of that truffle oil across the top here. All right. So I'm going to place these on the smoker here in just a moment, but a couple of things I want to let you know about. So you'll notice I have a lot of that mixture left over. One, I've got a whole nother bag of those peppers back here I'm going to fill as well. So I'm going to do a second set, but odds are you might have some of that mixture left over. Great thing to do with that. Don't throw it out. You can save it, refrigerate it, use it for later, or just use it that same evening. Keep it warm it up a little bit, and maybe use some fresh pita bread or some pita chips to dip it with. It's just another, that way you're not wasting anything, and goes with the entire experience as well. Let me get these on the smoker. All right, friends, our stuffed peppers, 2 ways, are off of the smoker. Let's go ahead and begin to get those things plated. And once they get plated, we'll be ready to give them a little taste test as well. So I'm actually going to do my same little trick here. The ones facing towards me as I plate them will be the ones with that goat cheese and that 6 Italian cheese blend. And then the ones facing towards you on the camera in the moment will be the ones that have that sausage, that feta, everything else inside. So those, that way, go ahead and turn my pan here, turn my plate, make it a little easier for myself here. All right, so get these going the other direction. I did a few more with the sausage than without, only because, I'm the one eating them, so I prefer to have that. So as you see sitting next to me on my table are a couple bottles of wine. One is an Etnico. It is a Chardonnay, I believe. And the other one is an Osso Pardo, which is a Tempranillo. These are both wines that my wife truly enjoys. She gets those through, actually delivered right to our front door from a company called Scout and Cellar. If you're interested about those wines, I'll throw some links for you in the description box for you down below. All right, so Got those ready. That's our first set. I've got a few more going on the smoker as well because I did a second pan afterwards. But you know what? There we go. Let's go ahead and give a couple of them a taste test. So let's start with, let's go ahead and try the one with the goat cheese first. We'll get that little nice little small orange one there, still nice and warm. Pepper soft from being on that smoker. Mm, there is a richness from that goat cheese that's just remarkable. And then just that slight blend that we use of those other Italian cheeses in there as well. I can be honest, I can taste that light drizzle of that truffle oil. And if you've never tried truffle and their truffle oil, holy cow, that just sets it right over the top. Once again, when we started the recipe, I said you could use like an extra virgin olive oil. You won't go wrong there, my friends. You will not go wrong. But this, oh man. All right, that's really good. Let's try one with that sausage and that cream cheese and that feta. Remember, that was kind of like, almost like a Greek Italian blend mixed together. Mmm, wow. Mmm, that is amazing. That is absolutely delicious, refreshing. It's going to go great with a glass of wine. You probably guys might be able to see the smoke going in behind me. Got the fire pit started up as well. Wow. These are absolutely delicious. If you've got friends coming over, you know, like they're not the hot and spicy type, or you know, we actually really want to just enjoy a glass of wine. Maybe it's not a beer night. Not to say you can enjoy these with a beer as well, but holy cow, these are just something completely different. I'm so used to doing bacon wrapped jalapenos or something with habaneros. To take it down a notch tonight and just go sweet, light, refreshing. The herbs, the spices are in that sausage already. Oh my gosh, absolutely delicious. I'll throw everything you guys need to know about both of the blends we put in these peppers in the description box as well, a little bit of information about those wines. Please hit that subscribe button if you like what we're doing. Share our recipes with your friends as well. We'll see you guys again on Bones and Brews.